Okay, so the next bit I want to talk about, and I think it'd be really practical for a lot of young people that are watching this, and you mentioned it briefly at the start, is that you're involved in property now. And so I want you to just give, if you don't mind, a quick overview of what you're up to, how you got involved, and how you think young people looking to get on the property market can actually get a leg up on
it. So what we're up to in property is, like I mentioned, myself and my brother, we're buying houses or bungalows or things like that, and building stuff off it. So we might buy a house and build a house next to it, or buy a bungalow and turn it into a proper house, or we might, from something as big as that to something as small as buying a house, putting an extension on it, and selling the house, or something like that. So we're trying to do whatever we can in that space. At the moment, just one property at a time. We're hoping next year we'll have a few going at a time. We've done 3, so it's it's been a good run. In terms of getting on the property ladder, man, it's a tough one. That's a tough one. So,
and it can be as practical as you like, even if it's like you're just gonna have to work for 5 years to get a deposit, or
yeah, I'd say that it's weird. It's like, I think when you go to one of the universities the universities that we go to, the universities that, or in fact these days, like if you go to a university and end up at a bank and you're earning whatever starting salaries are in banks now.
Yeah, let's say like 25k or something like that.
Yeah, 25k or 30 or whatever it is. I think maybe I'm being out of touch with reality here, but like the way I kind of see it is that it's so easy to kind of come into, now I'm saying it sounds wrong, but now you come into London, rent a place and blow your money on the weekend, right? Like which is probably not too much money to blow on the weekend.
Yeah.
So London's mad. But I don't know if I'm advocating saving or not. I think I am. I think I'm saying maybe it's worth putting some money, like it's so easy, I think, to think that these things are so far away. And it's like, I look at myself and like, was it 2018 now? Like I graduated 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, and like those first few years go by really quickly, and just sacrificing kind of some enjoyment to put some money away for a house, I think is important. Yeah, man. I think one of the things I'm not giving this as like an advice or anything, but I'm saying just something that I'm personally going to do.
Yeah.
I can't right now afford to buy in London. For the kind of place I want to live in.
Yeah.
It's expensive, man. There's nothing less than £1 million, right? Like, it's mad. So where I can afford to buy is kind of outside of London, in Woking in Surrey, north of London. And so what I'm doing a lot of is buying investment properties outside of London, and at some point this year I'll rent inside London. So kind of buying where I can afford to buy, and then renting where I want to live. And like I said, it's not advice. It's not kind of good or bad.
Yeah.
Right? It's just what I want to do. Like,
there's a level of practicality as well, because you want to be in London. It's the lifestyle that you want.
Yeah.
So it's
my
not all
office
about.
is here, man. Like I spend an hour and a half a day commuting. It's mad. Like no, sorry, more than that. In fact, it's an hour each way. It's like 2 to 3 hours a day commuting I spend, which is a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
Like and so what I'm going to start doing is just renting around here to walk to work in 5 minutes. But I still have properties outside of London which are making me money.
So I think that's a good piece of advice. If you end up working in London or something like that, save. Try and afford somewhere you can afford. It's
just so hard to know. It's like I know quite a few people who work in banks in London who are from London, and they still live at home. Like they've graduated 2-3 years ago, and they still live at home because it's saving money, man. Like but it's just obviously it's a bit hard staying at home. I think once you've
left as well. Yeah.
But like, people do it. So it's weird. You've got to strike a balance, haven't you, between like the kind of life you want to live and then now, and the kind of life you want to live in 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know the right way to weight that. I don't know which is more important. Traditionally, I've always weighted the future as much more important, but people are different, right? Like,
Future's now.
Future's now, man.
Yeah.
Future's now.
So I think that's going to draw. sort of a conclusion to the whole podcast. Just quickly, we're going to have some quick fire questions in a second. And then, but firstly, I just want to know, what is the end goal for Aamar?
End goal for Aamar? Oh,
For
man.
Aamar.
End goal for
Yeah.
Aamar. 5 minutes? No, I'll call you. Yeah. Fine. End goal for Aamar, man. It's weird, man. So, like, it's weird you asked that because it's the best way to say it without sounding dicky. Like, I think I just want to build something that leaves an impact on the world, right? Like something that I want to build something worth kind of putting my name on.
Yeah.
Something that like I'm proud of, and just like now, it's where my motivations change from time to time. It doesn't make my desire for the end goal any less strong, but it's just that now I think what I want to do is just I want to grow Funding Invoice to be as big as it can be, where we're lending 50, 60, 70 million quid a month, and we have 10 other products. Effectively, we'll be like an alternative bank, and I think that's a good goal to get to.
Yeah.
That I think is probably my like achievable goal, like the kind of goal that I think can be achieved, not easily, but like realistically, and like it sounds mad when you think about it, right? Like, to come out of uni and set up this kind of lending company, which in 10 years' time turns into a bank, and I think the story's great, and I think and like that's what I want it to be. I want it to be like a bank.
Awesome.
And like that's like. That's not talking about any kind of passion projects, right? On this, like, I want to be able to be invested in. Like, I love businesses, man. I love business in general. Like, I just want to be involved in as many interesting companies as I can. Like, effectively, not like where you're involved in 100 companies and a little bit in each, and you don't know what's going on in any of them. Like, to have a few companies that I look after, that I have an impact on, without sacrificing my impact on the others. That's me. That's what I want to do. I'm not looking for like exits and selling this company. Like I'm too young for that right now. Like, I don't want to. If I exited by 24 now, if I exited by 30, I'd be bored.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what to do afterwards. I don't want to exit. Like I just want to build this to see how big I can take it, see how far I can go.
Enjoy the process of it.
Man. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Right, so let's go through. We've got a few quick fire questions that I've asked on other podcasts as well.
Quick fire meaning one answer or one word answers or what?
So one word or just very small lines. So we will start with, and this can be famous or not famous for the first one. Biggest person who influenced you.
Muhammad Ali. That's the worst name. First name came to my head.
Favorite artist.
What, like singer, rap, like or
music artist? Yeah.
Music artist. Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Nice. If you could speak to 3 people, dead or alive.
Martin Luther King. Barack Obama. Super cool. And what's the cool answer for the third person? And Floyd Mayweather.
Nice.
He's a dude.
Nice. Short or long Bitcoin?
Short.
Shoreditch or Canary Wharf?
Shoreditch.
Netflix or reading?
These days reading. Yeah, reading. Definitely.
That's changed.
Yeah.
And off the back of that, one book you'd recommend?
The Song of Ice and Fire, Game of Thrones books.
Game of Thrones.
All of them.
And lastly, if you wanted to plug anything, even if it's just your LinkedIn or any socials or anything that you've got going on, you can tell the camera now.
If I want to plug something, I'm going to plug this man here. Follow Bailey. Bailey, have you got Instagram or like what have you got?
Yeah, I've this will be on YouTube and probably SoundCloud as well.
Follow Bailey. Bailey's the future. That's what I'm plugging. I'm plugging Bailey.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Awesome.